Hey guys, Matt here, Double M, if you want to call me that, from other podcasts here on the Double P. Both Bubba and Catfish know that I am not a big fan of Ludwig's score, but I gotta say that in episode 1 of season 2 of The Mandalorian, he really did a couple of impressive things. Now, I don't like the timbres that he uses mostly. I don't like the style that he uses mostly. But I can't knock him for his compositional abilities and his ability to create what we call variations, meaning you take a theme that you recognize and you change it, either the harmony or the rhythm of it. He did some really epic things with that this episode. In the scene where they were outside the cave and they were planting the bombs and all of that, preparing for their battle with the dragon, the Mandalorian was explaining what had to be done, and a treatment of the main theme was done while you saw them putting the bombs in the ground and all of that. You, of course, realize what I mean by the main theme. I'm talking about this. So that's very recognizable. Did you recognize that same melody during that sequence while they were putting the bombs in the ground and the Mandalorian was explaining everything? It might have been tricky to recognize it because the meter was changed. Let me play it for you as it sounded in the episode. Really weird, huh? I mean, the melody notes are the same, but they don't fit together the same way that they used to. And that's because Ludwig used something that we call mixed meter. He made the count different. Normally the count is like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 da-ba-dum da-ba-dum bum bum ba-ba-dum ba-da-ba-dum. That's what we're used to. But the beats here don't just go to 4 and then come around again. There's all kinds of mixtures of counts in order to add different emphasis. Let me count along as I play that section that I just played. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So lots of 3s and 4s in there. We call that mixed meter, and that's what makes this version really good. Because it's short of the normal beat, 7 instead of 8 as a total, we feel like it's more urgent. Not only that, but he also changed some of the harmony when he did the second phrase, like this. Now, if Ludwig continues to use ideas like this as he scores this second season, I'm going to be a happy camper. I do really like his arranging ability, the way that he changes things, the way that he creates, again, variations. One other thing I want to talk about real quickly, and I know I've spent a lot of time already, but I want to talk about that theme that we heard when the Sand People first came to the village. That was epic in its own way. And it had a little bit of a John Williams trait in it, even though it went in the exact opposite direction of the way we're used to John Williams stuff. I'm talking about the theme when the Sand People were approaching on their banthas to get to the village, and you had that Mandalorian pulse within it, that dun 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 dun, dun, which I'm going to try and duplicate on the piano here as I play the rest of it. But it was a brand new piece of music as far as I can tell, and it was really awesome. And I'll tell you why after I get done playing it here. Now, it does kind of give you the imagery in terms of the way your ears translate to vision by hanging on certain notes that don't really fit the chord. It makes that sound more exotic. And of course, to the regular people of Tatooine, the Sand people are exotic in a way. They're strange. They're nomads. They're whatever. But the thing that's really epic about it is the jumps in the melody. A lot of times when I talk about music, I talk about melodic shape. And one of the key things about melodic shape is the direction that the notes go and how they either go up or down and by how much. The difference between notes is something that always makes a melody more exciting. The thing that made this melody exciting was a big jump down. It went from one note way up, down not quite a full octave, but to the next note from there. We call that a seventh. It went down like this. And one thing that I've found is that in John Williams scores, he also likes to jump sevenths a lot in the stuff that he does. Not just in Star Wars, but he also likes to use big leaps in the melody. Except he goes in the opposite direction. He usually goes up. Think of the main Star Wars theme. That is high, a big jump from that lowest note to the highest note, this. But he doesn't just do it for Star Wars. It's kind of a John Williams trait. You also hear jumps like that in the Superman score. Same kind of jump, a seventh, as close as you can get to going a full octave, but not quite getting there. Why do those kind of jumps make things epic? Because if you jump just a full octave, then there's something that is the same. But here you're going almost as far as a full octave, yet you're not getting the same thing. And it creates surprise or it creates excitement. So to conclude, really loved what Ludwig did with this week's episode of The Mandalorian. Thought it was fantastic, especially that treatment of The Mandalorian.